with all my favorite clothes.
And welcome back here to GMA3 as we celebrate Black History Month. We take a closer look today at the power of community and activism through a culinary lens.
It's all part of our special series, Culture Conversations. Nightline co-anchor Byron Pitts sits down with renowned chef Marcus Samuelsson and chef Angie Kingston on being Black influencers in food and beyond.
I like this idea that in thinking about, when I think about food and the ingredients and salt and pepper, that what I hear you say is that one of the ingredients is intentionality.
I remember the call I got around 2000 from Maya Angelou. She had summoned us. Right. I was super nervous, and you enter a space where there were so many incredible Black icons. She said, we're gonna create a change in Harlem. All of you guys need to move your businesses or do something here. Marcus, you can cook, you should open a restaurant. 8 years later, that's Red Rooster.
When Red Rooster opened, the only department that was open was pastry. So I applied to work pastry, and one of the things actually that I vividly remember that shocked me a little was you were front and present. You were at the restaurant, you were on the line, and I had never been in a space where the owner of the restaurant was front and present.
I would imagine you just being of a different generation of a certain age, that wasn't perhaps what you always did, or certainly wasn't always easy. How did you get to the space in which you decided, this is who I am and I'm showing up as that guy every single time?
I couldn't do it alone. I come from a tribe. My parents, my mentors, the chefs before me. So anyone who says I'm self-made, I did this, I'm almost like, you're lonely, you got this wrong. I'm a representative of about 100 people.
Part of what I hear you both say reminds me of a conversation I had years ago with John Lewis. And I asked him, the success of the civil rights movement and what potentially are some of the modern day weapons that people can use to be successful in justice and civil rights. He says, oh, Byron, it's the same weapon as before, excellence. People will accept eventually who you are, what you're there for, and that it led you to your activism.
I'm the director of events for a nonprofit called Black Chef Movement. Black Chef Movement was born out of protests. So when the pandemic happened and the George Floyd protest erupted, a college friend of mine was like, how do we help? And so we know food, we turn to food. And so we started to prepare food for the protesters. So when I'm preparing a meal and I'm serving it in a community where I've been told, thank you, without this, I don't know how I would have eaten tonight. That's a different kind of joy, but it is joy.
Who knew? I got in an Uber to go to a beautiful New York City restaurant to talk to two chefs, and I met two activists.
I think food has always been a way to gather. I think it's something that we put up first part here was we're gonna lead with joy.
Now my waistline confirms, I've been in a lot of restaurants in my lifetime, right? But I've never seen that.
When I was coming up in the kitchen world, I never saw people of color, I never saw women. So that journey started with Red Rooster. I said, I'm gonna open up open kitchens so people see who does the work. It's gonna be a place that Black excellence can thrive. And when we opened Havmar, was how do we turn that one step further? And then focusing on women of color in leadership position. The best decision I've ever done. The only thing I'm upset about, I should have done it earlier.
Wow, chefs and activists. And just to give you an idea of what he went through, he was told in Europe that he could not open a restaurant because he was Black. Wow. So he moved back to the U.S. and now has so many James Beard Awards and is just obviously a huge success.
It has become a legendary restaurant in New York. Everyone who goes to Red Rooster just absolutely adores it. So I'll be making my reservation. We'll go together.
Yeah.
We'll go together. All right. And you can go ahead and check out our half-hour special Culture Conversations featuring many more chats like this one on ABC News Live, our streaming network. That's airing Friday, February 24th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
It's going to be good.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.